person in northern Arizona has died from the plague. Northern Arizona healthcare system says that the person showed up to the Flagstaff Medical Center with symptoms and died later that day. They tested positive for Yersinia pestis, which is a bacteria that causes a plague.
And earlier in the week, the Coconino County Health Department reported a prairie dog die-off northeast of Flagstaff, which is an indicator of the disease. The plague is transmitted through infected fleas.
Well, given the history of the plague, this obviously causes people to be terrified. It can sound alarming, but the CDC says the disease is very treatable in modern times with antibiotics. Symptoms include swollen lymph nodes, skin turning black, abdominal pain, fever, and headache. It sounds miserable. Those symptoms, though, usually appear 2 to 8 days after infection.
And northern Arizona has had multiple plague cases in its history. In 2014 and 2015, fleas in Flagstaff tested positive for it. There was another confirmed case in 2007, and in 1996, there were 5 cases in the Four Corners region of Arizona and Colorado, and an 18-year-old from Flagstaff died during that outbreak.
An emaciated newborn baby found alive next to her deceased mother in Phoenix will soon need a new home.
Now, when her family in Tucson found out about her, they immediately wanted to adopt her. Fox 10's Lindsey Ragas is joining us live now with the update. Lindsey.
Yeah, John and Ellen, Harmony was just days old when police rescued her. Turns out she has a half-brother, and his family is ready to welcome Harmony with open arms.
The baby's here, dude, and the baby's still alive.
On May 14th, Phoenix police were performing a welfare check at an apartment complex in South Phoenix. A neighbor reported that she had not seen or heard from 31-year-old Jade Harden.
Hi.
Jade was found dead on the floor. Her newborn daughter, Harmony, was found on the bed. We're now learning Harmony was just 3 weeks old when she was found, and it's unclear how long she laid there until help arrived.
As soon as I got the call, instant tears. Like, it was the worst thing that I can ever hear.
Derek Hill shares a 7-year-old son named DJ with Jade. DJ lives with his dad and stepmom Catherine in Tucson. They all kept in touch with Jade.
She would call, she would constantly call, but she did not do that. And he told me, it was like, something doesn't feel right.
Derek had plans to bring DJ to Phoenix to meet his half-sister. They were supposed to celebrate Mother's Day with Jade and deliver a handwritten Mother's Day card.
Come here. Come here.
Sergeant, copy that.
Set her right there.
Now Derek and Catherine want to receive custody of DJ's half-sister so the two can grow up together. But Jade never told them who Harmony's father is.
We want to have that baby experience the same thing as the love we have for our kids.
We're big on family, super big on family. So we just wanted her to experience that love that we have. We have so much to give to her.
Jade's death leaves a hole in their hearts, but they plan to keep her memory alive by sharing pictures and memories with Harmony and DJ.
Mom will always love you. At the end of the day, she's in your face when you don't even know it. She's watching you. She's always going to have your back.
The Hills tell me Harmony is making progress every day and is expected to make a full recovery. Jade's death is still being investigated. Reporting in studio, Lindsey Ragas, Fox 10 News.
Tonight on Fox 10 Investigates, residents fed up with what they call chaos at the Hassayampa River bottom. They say illegal ATV racing, wild parties, rampant alcohol use, and shootings have been plaguing that area near Old US 80 and Salome Highway.
Yeah, neighbors want the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office to step up enforcement. Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum rode along with MCSO to see the crackdown effort.
Generations of farmers and ranchers have come through these lands surrounding the Hassayampa River bottom. This is an unincorporated community in Maricopa County, a rural area. 45 minutes outside of downtown Phoenix. But these days, peace is hard to come by.
We were sitting right here the other day in my front yard and watching the bullets land across the street in the field.
Brandon Shelton is a cattle rancher who lives about 400 yards from the river bottom, where he says heavy gunfire is unleashed.
When we hear these guns, they're high-powered, fully automatic weapons.
Shelton stacked bales of hay outside his daughter's bedroom window, ready for stray bullets.
Very tiny Band-Aid.
Yeah, I can sleep a little better at night knowing that that's there. At the same time, like while I was doing it, I was so mad.
One source shared a photo of his damaged security camera, believed to be hit by a bullet. Longtime residents like Dustin Johnson say off-highway vehicles, specifically ATVs, consistently drive through privately owned land to get to the river bottom.
My mom's, in her late 70s, and she's chasing people off of the farm, and, they're, spinning donuts at her, shooting rocks at her. It's, there's no remorse to what they're doing. They've had full-on drag races directly in front of my house while my kids are playing.
The racing activity ends up under the Hassayampa Bridge, documented on social media. TikTok videos highlight common keyword searches like 339 racing or 339 off-road. Users show off UTVs lighting the darkness of night, and posts seemingly act as invitations to what's described as the club off 339th Avenue. Tire tracks left behind show proof of significant recent OHV activity, fresh and circular in pattern. Shelton has had enough.
I hope what you're telling me is true. I'm not going to keep going at you, but I'm sorry you feel that way.
Concerns validated by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office at a community meeting. A few dozen residents ask MCSO officials how the gunfire in illegal ATV racing will be addressed.
He was unloading an AR with beer cans on his tailgate. What do you think he was doing with the AR previous to you guys pulling up?
They were not shooting.
MCSO Substation 2 Deputy Chief Phil Doherty says his staff is down 16 deputies. Meanwhile, Buckeye PD is helping with some resources. MCSO confirms extra patrols are happening.
We're not purposely, dragging our feet to get out here.
According to MCSO, calls for service in 2025 from January through May 21st show that shots fired calls lead the way with 36. Shooting too close is not far behind with 25. Calls for patrol at 16. And lastly, motorized bikes disturbing with just 6. Residents say the calls would be higher, but have given up on calling when MCSO takes hours to respond.
If we were to call every time that shots were going off, it would be every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all of us. And so the numbers would completely spike.
We patrol the area with MCSO ourselves. Sergeant Trent Lovelace says on any given night during weekends last year, the Hassayampa riverbeds looked like massive dirt parking lots filled with off-road vehicles.
We used to come down here and you'd have people that would be shooting along next to the railroad bank over here where the bridge is. You'd have people shooting off into the distance there. You'd have ATVs racing in between all those the whole time. You'd have people that would pull in here with fifth wheel trailers and have barbecues. Wow. Just an absolute kind of anarchy.
And how much of that is social media driven?
A good portion of it. We initially we started the enforcement detail. We started looking at social media and we found a lot of pages, a lot of videos.
There are clear no trespassing signs, but within 15 minutes, we find this man's Can-Am stuck uphill.
Were you guys aware that this is a restricted area now?
Lovelace grabs a shovel so they can dig it out. The man is cited for not having an off-highway vehicle plate and is on his way. Much less concerning situation than random gunfire.
We had an individual that pulled off the road over there and was firing down into the riverbed while we were down here with a bunch of the officers doing our enforcement patrols. You guys down here partying or just hanging out?
A group of young men waiting for a potential party under the bridge, Lovelace tells me. That's not uncommon as we take in the makeshift venue, where beer cans and leftover alcohol bottles are littered throughout the river bottom.
So basically they would have the stage pulled up over there, or they would pull here. Either one of these spots would be where they would pull the trailer in. Then everybody pulls up with their side-by-sides, and this whole entire area under the bridge is just packed with it. There'll be side-by-sides, Jeeps, any kind of an off-road vehicle, and you'll probably get 50 people, 100 people just crammed up underneath this, just this one particular bridge right here.
What's clear is that this spot is a source for countless shootings. Ask Loveless.
So you got the ammunition box right here, but like you would see how many of these all throughout here if you wanted to look.
Oh, they're constantly all over here.
If residents like Brandon are concerned about stray bullets, imagine safety issues within a crowded party.
One of the other squads had a call for service where somebody got injured. I don't remember where they got hit, but they had to take them to the hospital.
Weeks later, enforcement seems to be working, but Shelton believes the problem is far from fixed, more so a rash that's temporarily under control.
And until they start citing these people for what they're doing wrong, they're trespassing, they're shooting too close to homes, they're shooting all night long, they're shooting people, you know, shooting, tearing up our everything that we work for, nothing's gonna change.
For Fox 10 Investigates, I'm Justin Lum.
If you have a tip for our investigative team, scan the QR code on the screen, or you can email fox10investigates@fox.com. Immigration raid on a Southern California marijuana farm leads to a dramatic standoff between ICE agents and protesters. 4 U.S. citizens arrested for assaulting or resisting officers.
Federal immigration officials say that they arrested 200 people suspected of being in the country illegally during Thursday's operation at that cannabis farm. Fox's William LaJeunesse has more.
Hundreds of protesters clashed with federal immigration agents in Southern California on Thursday as ICE and Border Patrol agents conduct raids on 2 licensed marijuana farms in Ventura County, where officials found 8 unaccompanied minors, all here illegally. Agents deployed pepper balls, tear gas, and flashbangs.
People are welcome to protest. They have their First Amendment rights, but they can't cross that line. They can't impede us from doing our job. That's a felony. They certainly can't put hands on an agent.
The scene became increasingly dangerous when one protester appeared to fire a gun at agents. The FBI now offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to his arrest. California Governor Gavin Newsom responding to the incident, saying the Trump administration tactics, quote, evoke chaos, fear, and terror within our communities. This as we await a ruling by a federal judge in California that could curtail some federal immigration enforcement by the administration. However, the judge saying any ruling should not be overly broad. Quote, I think it's important for the court not to burden otherwise lawful law enforcement activities.
They want ICE to stop doing this, but if they base it on the rule of law, they're going to find out Border Patrol and ICE is doing exactly what they're going to do in accordance with law.
The lawsuit filed on behalf of the ACLU sought to resist ICE's workplace raids. A federal judge issued a temporary restraining order on the matter, but has yet to issue a final ruling.
Phoenix PD and the Maricopa County Attorney's Office take down what they say was an organized retail theft operation here in the valley.
Prosecutors have charged a delivery driver and a Glendale couple for making hundreds of thousands of dollars selling stolen products out of their living room. Lindsey Ragas with the update tonight.
This organized retail theft operation dates back to 2023.
In regards to this investigation, we received notification about a crew of individuals that were removing large amounts of merchandise from retail stores, primarily Bath & Body Works.
Investigators say the stolen items were sold to a married couple in Glendale, Yuli Esther Degante Vigueras and Neftali Santiago Garcia.
Yuli and Neftali were buying from shoplifters, from boosters like Terry White and his crew.
Detectives say the couple was also buying stolen items from a delivery truck driver, Marcos Hernandez Ortega.
Marcos's job was to pick up cargo shipments at a local warehouse in Phoenix, and he was supposed to deliver them to the stores. And he did that for the most part, but he started stealing from his route so that it could be trafficked through Yuli and Neftali.
Police say the couple organized their living room into a makeshift store and advertised their products on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, and TikTok. Customers would then be invited into their home, given a shopping bag to pick out discounted items. Once they purchased the items, they'd walk out with their products wrapped in tissue paper in a Bath & Body Works bag, as if it was an actual store.
Mr. Santiago Garcia was indicted on 20 charges. Mr. Degante Vergades was indicted on 10 charges, and Mr. Hernandez Ortega was indicted on 2 charges.
Detectives recovered over $350,000 worth of Bath & Body Works merchandise and $5,000 worth of Victoria's Secret products inside the couple's home. In Phoenix, Lindsey Ragas, Fox 10 News.